Welcome to the Fear and Greed Business News Afternoon Report for Monday the 10th of February 2025. I'm Sean Aylmer. Every afternoon we've got the 5 stories that happened today that you need to know about. Story number 1, Donald Trump overnight said the US will soon implement 25% tariffs on metal products, which, if enacted, will capture Australia's steel and aluminium makers. The news surprised markets, sending the ASX 200 down sharply this morning before it recovered late in the day to finish off 0.3% to 8,483 points. All in all, it wasn't really a bad result considering the week lead-in from Wall Street and the Trump announcement. Tech stocks and telcos were among the worst performers outside earnings, which we'll come to in a moment. There are a couple of notable announcements. Star Entertainment Group rose 14% after it said it would not accept an offer from a Chinese consortium to take over its 50% stake and debt in the Queen's Wharf complex in Brisbane. And Main Pharma Group jumped more than 20% at one point after the company forecast a big jump in pre-tax earnings thanks to strong growth in its women's health range. Story number 2, earnings season kicks off properly this week. Today, HiFi posted a rise in sales and revenue, but boss Terry Smart was cautious about the economic outlook. That sent its share price down 5%. Carsales' share price fell 7% after it reported disappointing earnings. And medical gloves and surgical gown manufacturer Ansell's share price surged 8% after announcing a big jump in half-year profit. The group said it plans to lift prices to offset the impact of any tariffs imposed by the US government and shift some manufacturing out of China to spread its production more evenly. Story number 3, the corporate watchdog has accused the former leadership team of Star Entertainment of putting profitability ahead of risk and misleading a major lender. The Australian Securities and Investments Commission is suing 10 former executives and directors of Star Entertainment, including former Chief Executive Matt Beckier and Chairman John O'Neill, for alleged breaches of their directors' duties. ASIC alleges that the group did not pay enough attention to the risks of money laundering and the infiltration of the casino by criminal organisations. ASIC began civil proceedings against 11 directors and executives a couple of years ago, but it was delayed. Now, one of the Star's former leadership team, the former CFO, has agreed to a settlement with ASIC, so it's being picked up again, suing 10 former execs and directors. The case against Star will test the boundaries of knowledge of wrongdoing and whether that knowledge puts a director in breach of their duties of good faith and due diligence. A bit of a test case. The defendants have all denied they breached any director's duties. Story number 4, Woolworths is ordering its 10,000 office-based workers to come back to the workplace at least 3 days a week, following a similar mandate from Coles last year. In a note to staff, boss Amanda Bardwell this morning said the organisation wants to create more in-person opportunities. Slowly, corporates are cajoling and encouraging people to come back to the office. And story number 5, the Cook Islands will sign a strategic agreement with China in a move that's rattled New Zealand and deepened concerns about Beijing's influence in our region. Mark Brown, the archipelago's Prime Minister, is travelling to China for a state visit and will sign a comprehensive strategic partnership that will cover everything from trade and tourism to renewable energy. The islands were controlled by New Zealand until the 1960s and have a very small population of about 15,000 people. Now, New Zealand still provides financial backing. Deputy PM of New Zealand, Winston Peters, said the government was blindsided by the move and called on the Cook Islands to share the details of the agreement with New Zealand authorities as required by its constitution. Brown has responded that there's no need for New Zealand to be in the room, arguing that the pact with China is not related to security or policing, so doesn't need sign-off. That's all according to the FT. That's it for the afternoon report for Monday, the 10th of February, 2025. Make sure you hit follow on the podcast. We'll be back tomorrow morning with the Tuesday edition of Fear and Greed Business News. I'm Sean Aylmer. Enjoy your evening.